and I got to say this to you. I had always, and we had a different relationship than we do
I
now.
was going to talk
But
about that.
watching the way that you had,
Go on. Sorry.
okay,
No,
I'll
go
say
on. No,
this
no, go on,
as a
please.
prelude.
Go on.
Watching the way that you have handled such a public attempt at annihilating your character and your career, watching the way you've handled it with aplomb and dignity and strength and courage makes me so proud that you're a black man. It makes me so proud. It really does. It makes me like, well, you know how I felt. I called you and told you how I felt. But I think that everything that they think about us, you were different. You didn't get angry. You weren't a victim. You didn't blame. You just did. And even in this last thing, so I can't tell you how proud it makes me because what I think culturally we do, we own the bad things, like when something happens, oh, I hope that ain't a black person, but we don't own the good. So we're a generation that got Barack Obama and Flavor Flav. We got a nation of people, but I think to see people like you in a very public way who handle who handle adversity
Yeah.
and really, I think things that would shatter a lot of people, to watch you do that made me very proud.
I'm your professor, I will test you in the worst way. Don't bring a scantron, pop quizzes all day. Cause of our chemistry, we do biology. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber died trying. You see the thumbnail. More importantly, you saw the clip. I'm gonna talk about this from the other side. Um, so you can say Don Lemon got done wrong, fine. But and D.L. Hughley was proud of the way he conducted himself and being publicly done wrong. I get it. The thing about it is, and I'm not like contrarian about this. At least I don't think I am. I wonder if Don Lemon can talk about it from the other side now. Like, wow, I've been on this side pushing sometimes the message of negativity and sometimes pushing the message of, positivity, however you want to slice it. But when you're in the media and you see the media throw somebody under the bus and you're an instrument for that at times, to see the media throw you under the bus and you handle it, with as much dignity as you can. Um, do you then say something like, now I see why we made people look bad? Because when people try to conduct themselves with dignity and try to be above the BS, that's when the media doubles, triples, quadruples, quintuples down and makes the situation worse, especially for us as black men. The more you take the higher road, they try to shoot at you more and more and more and more and more in hopes that you'll respond in any type of way, right? So for me, looking at that clip, I was thinking to myself, like, man, like to be part of the same, to be a part of the machine and to be grinded into the ground by the same machine. Do you have anything to say about that? And what's interesting to me, seriously, about this, beyond that, is this. Um, a lot of times, from what I remember, when the machine throws you under the bus, there's no way for you to talk anyways. You get thrown under the bus the very same way other people do without an ability to reply or speak your side of the story or get the truth out there. I remember the only time I saw, it was a few times because I've seen how the media plays with stuff. I remember when Martin Bashir, I believe it's Martin Bashir, interviewed Michael Jackson, and the way they edited it, it made Michael Jackson look crazy in some ways. And at the same time, when they did the interview, Michael Jackson had somebody, a cameraman, filming at the same exact time. So the interview came out. He didn't look good, and like a week later, on the same network, basically, I guess I don't know who Michael Jackson had pulled with, but he did. He had them play the same interview, but from his cameraman without the editing, and it was completely different. And I remember from that day, I was like, "Oh wow, this is what's going on." And that reply did not last long. It might have came on twice. The same thing applies to fast forward, and I'm gonna talk about something. When they had the whole incident with Donald Sterling and the Clippers, when they forced him to sell the team for his, racist comments from his side while his side chick was filming him or recording him rather. There's a part that always got left out because then initially they played the full thing, and the full thing it was like she was like, "You don't like black people at a certain point, but you're Jewish." She's like, "Yeah." He said, "But there are black people in Israel, and they're Jewish. There are black people who are Jews." And he was like, "But they're dogs." And see, that played maybe a few times on social media, even with TMZ, and then they kept the rest of the interview and cut that part out. So with a person like Don Lemon, um, when you see people who know what goes on behind the curtain, but don't necessarily say anything, and it's like, I'm guessing DL Hughley's kind of proud of him. Like, yeah, now you see what it's like to be on the other side of the gun, and now you conducting yourself. In the way he conducted himself was not different than other people. He just, you know, I hate to say it this way, um, he was just a black gay man, so they won't go as hard on him as they would a black heterosexual man. And and maybe to some degree, he's not gonna say maybe, and probably he has some connections in the industry, so some people won't go as far as they could if they didn't know him, right? And you gotta sometimes think about it like sometimes we're proud of people because you put yourself on the other side of the firing squad, but then you that same squad put you, you know, aimed at you, and now you had to have the same amount of dignity that other people who were not just unnecessarily, but at the same time who were targets for whatever reason, but they were innocent people. Now you see how being that target feels, and how really the power of the media meaning putting you in a position that if you say something is worse, and if you don't say something is worse, and that's the conversation of the lesser of two evils. When your character is at question, and really silence or speaking is a lose-lose situation. For sometimes even if you got proof, you get what I'm saying. So I thought about that, like, Don Lemon got sentimental. He was proud of him, and DL Hewlett was proud of him. But at the same time, I just wanted to address it from that aspect, like, uh, because we do it with people, like, you see it, some like black people in law enforcement. You don't have your badge one day, you're on the other side of the law. Oh, you see how it is. Um, Black people need to have a corporate environment, right? Or then you're on the other side as a customer. Oh, whoa, this is what it is. When you on the other side of it, now you have to have, because sometimes it's easy to get upset and angry because now you come to find out all the procedures, protocols, dog whistle words, or phrases to let people know you're part of the team, and they still don't abide by it and then do you in. you're going to get upset. And then you know you're going to be plastered as the whatever, at the end of the day. So to me, I just wanted to talk about the other side. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch you on the next one. Peace. You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna tell you that.